There's nothing like a story about three mice getting their tails chopped off, is there? It's funny thinking how some nursery rhymes became children's songs. And this one, about three mice who cannot see who get their tails chopped off with a carving knife, is at the top of the list. Or maybe. Nevertheless, the rhyme and song have become part of the fabric of the nursery. But why? What is the meaning behind this? That's what we'll dive into here today. So without further ado, let's just do that. Before we get into the history and meaning of the rhyme, let's remember its lyrics. They are, three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as three blind mice? The terms of the rhyme's history, the first version of Three Blind Mice was published in, and I'm going to probably butcher the way this is, Deuteromelia, or the second part of Music's Melody in 1609, according to lore. The editor of this particular book and the possible author of the rhyme was Thomas Ravenscoff. Wow, what a name, eh? Thomas Ravenscoff. For nursery. Anything. So the original lyrics, different from those of the more commonly known today, which I already said, but this, three blind mice, Dame Liliane, the miller and his merry old wife, she scrape her tripe, lick thou the knife. Kind of in that old English term of words, quite different, eh? But here's where things get changed. Human beings can never really take things at face value. Therefore, people are always trying to find the historical significance of things like Three Blind Mice. As a result, many have thought that the rhyme was written even earlier than 1609, and there is speculation that the song refers to Queen Mary I of England, 18th February 1516 to 17th of November 1558 for her life. She was believed to have blinded the executed, let me re-say that. She was believed to have blinded and executed three Protestant bishops who could be maybe the three blind mice, which the rhyme speaks of. However, according to history, the three known as the Oxford martyrs were burned at the stake, not blinded. This happened in about 1555, more than 50 years before the original Three Blind Mice was published by Ravenscroft. Even though that blindness could be a philosophical in nature, perhaps they were blind in the truth of God, not merely in literal sight capacity. Yet the earlier lyrics from 1609 don't mention blindness at all, and their early publication came well after Queen Mary had died. Mysterious abound. So, the modern Three Blind Mice rhyme entered children's literature in about 1842 when it was published in a collection of similar ditties by James Orchard Halliwell. A year later, in 1843, the amateur music composer Thomas Oliphant said of the song, "The absurd old round is frequently brought to mind in the present day, from the circumstances of there being an instrumental quartet by Weiss, through which runs a musical phrase accidentally the same as the notes applied to the word three blind mice, they form a third descending C, B, A." The rhyme has been referenced and used in many more modern compositions. For example, Robert Schumann's Carlistria No. 7 is said to be based on Three Blind Mice, even though its subject is a cat. Three Blind Mice had also used in a theme song for the physical comedians, the Three Stooges. And the theme of the second movement from Sergei Rachmaninoff, Piano Concerto Number 4, roughly, it's got a couple of dates here: 1926, revised in 1928, and in 1941. It was criticized as resembling Three Blind Mice. A calypso version of the tune was written with lyrics by Monty Norman, was recorded by Byron Lee and the Dragonaires for the film Dr. No, and it featured in its soundtrack. And the line "See How They Run" appears in the Beatles song Lady Madonna from 1968. Raffi sings this song on their 2022 album Nursery Rhymes for Kinder Times as the revised Three Kind Mice. So, in 1904, Frederick Warren and Company published an illustrated children's book by John W. Livermore called The Complete Version of Ye Three Blind Mice, which depicts the three rodents out of mischievous character who seek adventure, eventually taken in by a farmer who chases them into a bush that blinds them. Their tails are removed by the butcher's wife, and the story concludes with the three mice drinking a tonic that lets their tails grow back and their eyesight recover. They live happily ever after. Now, as many who sing the song Three Blind Mice will notice, the piece is sung in the same tune with the same melody as a nursery rhyme, Hot Cross Bun, about a baker making his wares. You can check that out later, or I may bring it up for part of this series. But with the final thought, though the rhyme is rather dark in meaning, protagonists getting their tails chopped off, there is something fun about the whole thing. These tiny characters run around in unison as friends, surviving what the world throws at them. Kids can relate, as they are too small and seemingly always in danger of running into trouble, peril, danger. Perhaps, in this way, the rhyme is sung as a cautionary tale, the idea being, don't go eyes closed into the world unless you're willing to risk something, even losing something important. And that's the meaning behind why it's lasted so long. This is another one of the dark side of nursery rhymes. Until next time.